Hey everyone, and welcome to our deep dive today. We're going to be looking at some festive English expressions for the holidays. You know, those phrases we kind of just throw around during winter, Christmas, New Year's. But
Yeah, yeah,
there's a whole lot more to them than meets the eye, wouldn't you say?
absolutely. I think you'd be surprised at just how much they reveal about our relationship to these holidays.
Yeah, like for example, ever heard the phrase walking on thin ice?
Oh, classic.
I mean, it's not just talking about frozen lights,
No,
right?
no, not at all. I mean, it's a really fantastic example of how we can take a physical experience, something very concrete, and use it to represent something a lot more abstract, like a risky situation.
Right, right.
Just think about it for a second. That feeling of the ice cracking beneath you.
Oh, yeah.
That visceral sense of danger. And now apply that same feeling to, oh, I don't know, maybe pushing a deadline at work or maybe testing a friend's patience.
Hmm, interesting.
It's the same principle.
It is, yeah. It's almost like our brains are using that physical memory, like that
Yeah,
memory of being unstable, to warn us about taking risks in other areas of life.
exactly. Yeah.
But okay, risky situations aside, winter can also just leave us feeling, I don't know if you've ever felt this, but just snowed under,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
or like overwhelmed with tasks, just like
Yeah.
you're buried under a mountain of snow.
Oh, absolutely. And that's where I think the beauty of language really comes in.
Hmm.
It can take a concrete sensory experience, like being physically covered in snow, you can feel it, and it transforms it into this metaphor for feeling overwhelmed.
Right.
And we use this kind of sensory imagery all the time to make these abstract concepts, like being overwhelmed or being in danger, we make them relatable.
Yeah, totally, totally. And speaking of relatable, let's transition a little bit from the chill of winter to the warmth of Christmas.
Okay, yeah.
Is there anything that quite captures the joy, anticipation of the holidays, like feeling like a kid on Christmas morning?
Ooh, I love that one.
It's that pure, unadulterated excitement for something wonderful.
Yeah, it's a powerful phrase because it really taps into the nostalgia, so many of us have for those childhood Christmas memories. It brings you right back.
Yeah.
Those feelings of wonder and excitement and, all the endless possibilities that the day holds. It's really no wonder we use that phrase, that feeling, to express joy for all sorts of things that have nothing to do with Christmas.
That's true. That's true. Although I gotta admit, I do sometimes encounter people who seem to embody the opposite of that Christmas morning joy. You know what I'm talking to?
Yeah, I think so.
Those Scrooge types
Oh, yeah, yeah.
who just can't seem to muster any holiday cheer.
Right.
So it's become like the go-to phrase for anyone who's, you know, a little grumpy or stingy,
Yeah.
especially during a season that's supposed to be all about generosity.
Yeah, and we can thank Charles Dickens for that one.
Yeah.
His iconic character, Ebenezer Scrooge from A Christmas Carol, has had a profound impact on our culture and our understanding of the holidays. I mean,
Right.
his transformation from that miserly grump to someone who actually embraces the Christmas spirit,
Yeah.
I think it really solidified the idea that the holidays are a time for kindness and goodwill.
Yeah. Dickens really painted a vivid picture of both sides of the holiday coin.
He did.
But, all right, as the year starts to wind down, there's a palpable shift in energy, wouldn't you say?
Definitely.
As we all prepare to ring in the new year,
Oh, yeah.
the countdown, the parties, that feeling of a fresh start, it's almost contagious.
And what I think is so fascinating about it is, the specific customs, they may vary from place to place, but the idea of celebrating a new beginning,
Yeah.
that's something you see across the globe. It really speaks to that universal human desire for renewal and hope for the future.
It does. It does. And with that sense of renewal, often comes the urge to, you know what I'm talking about? Set those New Year's resolutions.
Right, yeah.
We all do it right. Setting ambitious goals for self-improvement. Although, let's be honest, sometimes those resolutions fade faster than last year's holiday decorations.
That's true.
Yeah.
I think maybe it's less about, making these drastic changes and maybe more about setting ourselves up for success. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah.
Like maybe small, sustainable changes throughout the year might be more effective than aiming for that complete overnight transformation.
That's a good point.
A little self-compassion, I think, can go a long way.
So there you have it, a deep dive into some of our favorite festive phrases.
Hmm.
We've gone from the, explored how these seemingly simple expressions really tap into deeper cultural meanings and even reflect our own personal experiences.
Yeah.
So as you navigate the holidays this year, take a moment, just consider the words you're using. You might be surprised at how much they reveal about our shared values and hopes for the season.
It's true.
And that's going to do it for our deep dive today. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
See ya.